Hey everybody, it's Subby. I am actually broadcasting live on our Midwest Meso Project 2025 YouTube channel. We do have
The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 18, effective until 1 a.m. Saturday. This watch includes the following counties in Missouri: Bates, Benton, Henry, and St. Clair. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes.
Alright guys, so as you heard, a new tornado watch has been issued that includes the southern half of west central Missouri, includes Bates, Henry, Pettis, St. Clair, Vernon County, and all the way down into Springfield, Ozark, Neosho, Carthage area. A very broad tornado watch has been issued. We kind of seen this coming. That's one of the reasons why we decided to go live. There's no threatening weather right now in west central Missouri. These thunderstorms that you are seeing right now from Marshall, Sedalia, Lincoln, Warsaw, over to Versailles, those are non-severe, just general garden variety thunderstorms is what we're looking at there. What we're concerned about are going to be what I do have our storm chasers. They are running through a headset right now, so I'm going to turn that volume down just a little bit. We're going to go to some of the footage from our storm chaser down here. They are down around Neosho. We got Josh and Matt with 417. We have Team Havoc. We have Nader Boys. They're all down there in far southwest Missouri, down around Neosho, watching these two cells that you're seeing here right behind my ugly mug. There we go. These two cells that are down here. We sent them that direction here about 30 minutes ago to watch these cells, and now we have a tornado watch through the entire area. So again, we are concerned with these cells that are going to be moving up to the northeast, that there could be some that will rotate ahead of this cold front that's still way back out here in central Kansas. It's going to be moving through later on tonight, and we're going to have some severe weather along with that. But we're going to be paying attention to these cells down here, southwest Missouri, as well as in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma. We're going to be looking at some of their footage. I think Nader Boy's getting ready to put up a drone. So I'm listening to them on the headset, and we'll kind of walk through this together. Maybe get some good video from the boys, as well as kind of keeping an eye on west central Missouri. So, I invite everybody from Subby's Weather Talk and from 95.3 KDKD stream over to our Midwest Meso page so that we get the latest information to you. If any storm should happen to come up into west central Missouri, all I have to do is just toggle a button and we'll go live on all of our other social media platforms as well. But it looks like it's going to be a few hours before any storms affect west central Missouri. So in the meantime, we're going to look after our boys down here in southwest Missouri and share some of their streams with you guys as well. Now, keep in mind, we have Jeff Smith, Storm Chaser. He is up here near Hiawatha, and he is actually going to be watching these storms up here in northeast Kansas for us. We do have some cells over here near Clay Center, all the way up to Nebraska City, and they're kind of in that, they're in a tornado watch too, and kind of in that area where we could see some strong storms as well. So we'll be following Jeff Smith as well. But let's go on down here to our boys down here in southwest Missouri, and for our friends down in the Joplin, Carthage, Neosho area. and I'm just kind of checking out some of my some of the information coming in to me. We've got lots of screens going on right now. I've been watching this all day long for the boys as they head out, trying to get them in good vantage point to possibly set up some probes that we have put out for the data collection, the research part of storm chasing. So we're hopefully be able to get these guys in position down there. So let's see here. Let's go. Let's jump over to Nader Boys. I do believe they are live. They're look like they are currently give them kind of a little bit of encouragement. Isaac, Levy, and Derek with Nader Boys, they are down there in southwest Missouri. This is a live shot from, I do believe that they are putting up a drone here momentarily. Hopefully we'll have some good footage on that here shortly. So I am keeping up on chat as well, so if you have a question, feel free, go ahead and throw them into the chat, and I'll be happy to answer any of your all's questions you guys might have for tonight. And again, it's a little crazy of a setup that we have going on right now. We actually have we had some thunderstorms to move through west central Missouri, and they stayed under severe level, and we've been watching these thunderstorms down in Oklahoma really begin to intensify here over the last hour, and we are looking to see those storms move up into southwest Missouri and then eventually up into west central Missouri ahead of the cold front. And then when the cold front moves through, then our primary concern is going to be for strong straight line winds and the possibility of a spin-up tornado possibly along the leading edge. That is called a quasi-linear circulation. We could have a few of them as well. So let's see, let's check out Matt Jones, 417 Storm Chasers. Let's see what he has going on out there. He is actually on the road right now. And Matt, he is on WeatherWise right now. He is over here heading away from Mount Vernon, heading to the other boys. And that's what's so cool about WeatherWise, is the fact that you can jump right into their live stream right from the radar app, as I'm doing right now. And of course there's Matt. He is heading over toward the other boys there at Neosho. They are going to be following these two cells right here to see if they intensify any. So Matt is on the road. We will check him out momentarily. And I think Josh with 417, he is actually, I think he could be parked down there. Yeah, he is parked looking at that cell that you're seeing right here. Let's move this over just a little bit. So he is actually looking at this cell right here. I'm going to put my pin map on here. That way you guys can kind of follow along with me. So of course he's looking, here is Josh, and he is looking toward this cell right here. We do now have a severe thunderstorm warning on that cell that they are on right now. turn up my volume a little bit so I can hear the boys. Now what we are going to do, we're going to go ahead and we might keep that right there. I do want to go over and hit split screen. That way we can kind of watch this for any type of circulation down here, since we do have a couple of our storm chasers in the path of this severe thunderstorm warning. We have 1-inch hail, radar indicated 60 miles per hour winds, and that's also radar indicated, expires in 1 hour. So again, we've got 1-inch hail, 60 mile per hour wind possible down here near Neosho. So if you live in Neosho, Diamond, Leewood, this will be south of Joplin. You guys need to be prepared for those strong straight line winds, maybe 1-inch hail. And we're going to continue to watch this to make sure it doesn't intensify here over the next few minutes. We have some down here in Oklahoma. We do have several warnings down in this area. We do have an observed tornado warning right now. Look like this is, we do have a storm chaser on that Brett Adair. He is actually traveling right now. Let's jump over to Josh. So Josh has actually had one of our probes up on top of his vehicle right now, taking measurements right now. So we're going to be passing along that information on to the professionals. And of course, he's looking at this cell right here. Let's take a look at the overall picture right now, guys. And let me zoom this back out. And just kind of a recap right now. We do have a tornado watch that's going to be in effect in west central Missouri. That's going to cover actually Benton, Henry, Bates, Vernon, St. Clair counties in west central Missouri. So we've got Sedalia, Pettis County, Warrensburg, Johnson County, Harrisonville, Cass County. You guys are not included in this tornado watch yet. But remember, this is still part of number 1. Okay, now we have number 2 that's going to be coming in along the cold front later on tonight. We're still going to have a chance to see strong straight line winds and brief quasi-linear spin-ups along the leading edge of that line of storms that will be coming in later on tonight. But for these storms down here that are moving north-northeast, they're going to be moving up into parts of west central Missouri probably here within the next couple hours. We decided to go ahead and go live on Midwest Meso Project YouTube page so that we can kind of keep an eye on our boys down here in far southwest Missouri. And I know we have a lot of viewers down around the Carthage, Lamar, Springfield, Ozark area. So we want to make sure everybody is in the know what's going on down there. These storms are likely going to intensify that these boys are on down here. We want to make sure that we keep them safe, make sure they have a good exit to be able to get out of harm's way, and hopefully be able to get a couple probes deployed to get that very important information out to the National Weather Service and to the professionals. Looks like Josh is on the move. Josh is right down here. If you see a little picture right down here, that is where Josh is at right now, just southwest of Neosho. I do believe he is going to be kind of heading south just to kind of get out of this cell right here. This cell very well could intensify here over the next few minutes. And the reason why I say that is because there is an area down here, what we call vorticity max. And I can kind of show you guys here. Let me bring this page up real quick. So where you see these little blue circles, there's one right down there by where Josh is at down in southwest Missouri. Those are areas of surface vorticity, and that helps aid in the rotation of these thunderstorms. And this thunderstorm is moving into a more favorable environment for strengthening, so that's one of the reasons why we're keeping a close eye on that cell. It will eventually move into southwest Missouri, and we want to keep an eye on for all of our friends and family down in that area. Looks like Josh has got a pretty good vantage point right now on that cell, looking off to his west right now. I'm going to bring up another radar here on one of my screens. I've got several screens that I'm working on right now. I want to make sure I keep an eye on everybody. Keep an eye on those storms up there in northeast Kansas as well. There we go. All right, so I'm going to put this back onto split view. I want to keep up, kind of give you guys kind of an idea of what I do. I like to sit here and take a look at the relative velocity as well as the reflectivity. Here on the left side of your screen is reflectivity radar. This is where I can see the intensity of the rain. And then on the right hand side, on this side, this is our velocity map. This is going to show me winds going toward and away from radar, and this helps me try to find those small little rotation that could possibly spin up a tornado. So where I'm looking at, I am actually going to be looking at this area right down here. Let me go ahead and put this where I can draw. Oh, it's not going to let me draw on the split screen. So I'm looking at this area right here, guys. That's where I'm going to be keeping a close eye on it. That's right down here. This is in the bottom quadrant of that cell. That is where we got the inflow into this cell, which is very warm, very moist, and it picks up and begins to rotate around that thunderstorm to create a little bit of a hook. And then that's where we go to typically try to find that rotation, that possible tornado that could be associated with the storm. It is not tornado warned. It is a severe thunderstorm warning, but we are watching for any intensification from this cell. Hi, Drake. I'll go ahead. I'm going to turn up my volume a little bit in my headset so I can listen to the boys. Let's see. Let's check out Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith is up there in northeast Kansas right now. You can see a little map up here. Give him a shout out there on his chat. We'll be checking in with him. Looks like he is going to be heading over toward those storms in west or northeast Kansas right now. Here we have Nader boys, and again they are I-44 eastbound toward Mount Vernon. They are parked right now watching this cell coming up from their southwest. And of course this is Matt Jones. He is traveling as we saw here on the map. Matt is, let's see if we can find Matt. Matt is still up here on I-44. Just kind of southwest of Mount Vernon right now. Let's see what kind of vantage point Josh has on this storm right now. We'll come back to him here in just a sec. He's not streaming right now. We'll come back to Josh here in just a few minutes. And right now I'm not seeing any kind of rotation, any type of questionable, any kind of vortices of any sort up there at the upper levels of the atmosphere. Right now it's just a good old-fashioned thunderstorm producing some up to 60-mile-per-hour winds. Let's take a look at the, let's go ahead and take a look at, see if there is a hail core on this. We're going to use the vertical integrated liquid map. And looks like there is a little bit of a hail core. That's going to be right here. This is just northwest of Belfast. Just to the west of them. Just to the west of Josh. We do have a little bit of a hail core right there. We might even have, let's go back to reflectivity here. Right here is that hail core, and we're going to be looking right in this area for any signs of rotation, where you have the reds going away from radar and the greens going toward radar. And I am picking up a little bit of a rotation there. I'm going to let the boys know here real quick. Hey Josh, I am picking up a little bit of a rotation just to the west of Belfast. Just to the west of Belfast on velocity, on weather-wise. So Josh said nothing visual yet. He is getting the drone up in the air. And again, we are watching this area. Let me go back to my draw. We're watching this area right here. There is a little bit of rotation right there. We have the reds going away from radar and the greens going toward radar. And where you have those two meet up, you have a little bit of circulation. So we're going to be watching this very closely here over the next few minutes. And Josh is down here. Let me get that off there. Josh is down here on 60. So he is in a good position to be south of this rotation if it continues to intensify. We do have some pea-sized hail near Galena, Kansas. We'll wait for the, we're going to go ahead and wait for the next update here. And see if this is going to continue to show signs of rotating. I'll go ahead and take a screenshot of that right now. And of course, these are going to update at different intervals. Looks like the cell is already northwest of Neosho now. We'll wait for the next update on velocity scan. While we wait on that, let's take a look at where these cells are heading. We looked like Carthage, Alba, Carl Junction. You guys are going to get hit with this cell. Looks like we're having a little bit of what's called cell convergence. This is when you'll have a couple cells kind of come together. They reorganize, get maybe a little bit stronger, especially since they're heading up into a relatively favorable environment for them to intensify. These cells up a little bit closer to west central Missouri. Have a pretty strong cell just to the southeast of Versailles. It's going to be heading over toward Eldon. And again, these are not warned, just strong thunderstorms, a lot of lightning, torrential rain, maybe even some pea-sized hail associated with this cell. And then we have more of the same up here near Smithton, Otterville, just some torrential rain, a little bit of lightning. But other than that, that is all that is happening here in west central Missouri right now. And again, Bates County, Henry County, Benton County, St. Clair County, Vernon County, you guys are under a tornado watch. And that's going to go for, looks like about another 7 hours. So we got a long night ahead of us right now. And then, of course, if we get anything here in west central Missouri, I'm going to click a couple buttons and we're going to go live on multiple platforms. But right now we are going live on the Midwest Meso Project 2025 YouTube page, and we're kind of keeping an eye on our boys down here in southwest Missouri. We have all three Storm Chaser teams down here in this area right now. They're kind of following this little cluster of thunderstorms down here in near Neosho. And then we're going to be waiting for some of these cells down here in Oklahoma, southeast Kansas to be making their way up into west central Missouri. That is correct. I kept waiting for a refresh. It's not refreshing right now. So that was Josh. He just mentioned if we're having a hard time getting the velocity to update. Oh yeah, there it goes. there it goes. Hey Josh, go ahead and use the next radar site down there by just to the northeast of Broken Arrow, KINX. There is a pretty good rotation on that right now, buddy. I've got to start slowing down just a little bit. So we went with a different radar site, and if you notice right here, alright, so there Josh's feed. It was not working on weather-wise, but here is our rotation right here. That looked like possibility of a wall cloud trying to form. We do have a tail cloud. That's where it's kind of pumping in some of that warm moist air. That is on the tail end section of that cell. I cannot pick up Josh on weather-wise. I'm looking at his feed right now. What looks to be a tail cloud and maybe even a developing wall cloud. So again, this is Storm Chaser Josh Avers with 417 Chasers, and we are watching his live feed. Possible developing wall cloud. It's hard to tell from this distance whether or not it is rotating, but it looks like we have a little bit of a tail cloud that is pumping in some warm moist air into this tail end of this this thunderstorm complex. So we're keeping a real close eye on this section right here. And put things in perspective, this is what we're looking at right here. You guys see where we have those two different colors? We are using a rather distant radar location only because we cannot get the updates on the one that's closer to the cell. But we can definitely tell there is some rotation on the tail end of this thing. Alright, so it looks like that Josh is going to put the feed from a drone that he's going to have up here momentarily right here on this live stream. So let's see what we can see. And again, we're watching this segment right here for a developing possible wall cloud at the tail end of this cell right here. Let's jump over. Let's see if we have an update from Springfield on this yet. A little bit of rotation still showing up. I still like the view from KINX. Still showing strong rotation. This is going to be southwest of Diamond, Missouri. It just crossed I-49. This is southwest of Diamond, just northwest of Neosho right now. Josh is right down here at the corner of 60 and 49, and that's where we're seeing this possibility of seeing a wall cloud. right now. We've got some low-hanging cloud. Now that to me looks like scud, scary looking clouds. He's getting ready to put there's the drone footage right there. That's a great view. Let's see if we can put this full screen for you guys. So again, we might be watching a developing tornado from our storm chaser Josh Avers down in southwest Missouri. He has a great shot right now on the drone. It looked great on the feed right now. I don't know if you can keep that drone footage up, but man, it's looking really good on Midwest Meso Project YouTube page, showing that drone footage. Josh, great job. I think, Josh, you're going to bring up that footage again from the drone. Copy that. So he's going to get his drone back in here in a minute. And I am going to, actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump back here, guys. His drone is about dead, and we want to make sure we get footage over to the National Weather Service. All right, let's go back live. I'm just going to work on a couple of these screenshots here so I can send them to National Weather Service. I'm going to jump up here real quick, guys. And I am going to Hey Josh, I just sent a couple of your snapshots over to the National Weather Service out of Springfield from your drone footage. Hey Josh, this subby, they want your socials for Midwest Meso. They're going to be keeping an eye on your stream. So again, one of the big things that we are doing at Midwest Meso is making sure we get information to the National Weather Service when we can. We try to do that, try to get information. Okay, that was just Josh in the headset. He's going to pick up and go to a new location. He is uploading some of his video and some of the pictures that he has taken. But again, our number one priority right now is to make sure we get as much information as we can to the professionals to try to help maybe get warnings out a little bit quicker. So we do have a tornado possible tag now on this thunderstorm, and I have to say that some of that could be because of some of the information we passed on to the National Weather Service. They do have a new severe thunderstorm warning out just north of where you're at, Josh. They do have a tornado possible tag on that now. Now let's go back over to we're going to go to out of Springfield, and again it looks really choppy here, really hard to tell out of the Springfield on the velocity radar exactly what is happening here. And again, we can see the further away you go from a storm where the radar is trying to take a picture, what's happening, because the earth is round obviously, the further away you go, the higher up that ray from the Doppler radar hits. So we're seeing rotation. When we were using the Tulsa radar, we were seeing rotation well above the surface. As we get closer to the storm, and we're out of Springfield right now, the better look that we can see. And we are seeing a little bit of rotation down here, just southwest of Diamond right now. There is a little bit of rotation right down here, and again, it's really tough to see for whatever reason on the radar site coming out of Springfield. But let's jump over to, let's see if we can get, see if we can find, I cannot find Matt Jones on here. I was hoping maybe be able to catch a footage from Matt's live feed. I do not see him on here. Josh is still showing down to the south of this cell. Let's see if Josh is still at the same location right now. There's Matt Jones. Yeah, Josh, it's still showing you south of Neosho. So I'm not sure exactly where you're at right now. I think you're further north than what is showing right now. Great job. Yeah, I would. Actually, I would come out of 60, wrap around to 59, and shoot north on 59. You go east on 60 highway, and that actually will turn into 59. So just stay on 60 and go north on 60. All right, guys. So let's take a little bit of a scan back out. Let's see what else is going on here around west central Missouri. So again, we do have some cells that are popping off here in southeast Kansas. We're going to be watching these very closely. I will likely go ahead and start streaming live here in about 30 minutes on our other social media platforms. We are under a tornado watch. We did have some cells move through west central Missouri, dropped our temperature, dropped our dew point just a little bit. They have temperature down here in the 70s still down in southwest Missouri. So we're going to have to see. We're kind of nowcasting right now, which means once these cells move up into west central Missouri, we're going to have to see how they react with the atmosphere right now. Copy that, Jeff. That was our storm chaser, Jeff Smith, and he is up here. He's going to try to get on this cell right here. Is going to be the cell Jeff is going to try to get onto. Here, believe. Let's refresh him here real quick. So yeah, he's going to try to get on that cell. He's a little choppy, not very good reception up where Jeff is at right now. But we will definitely be going back and forth with Jeff. Hopefully he'll get into a little bit better service here to get a little bit better view. But of course, right down here in this circle, you see that blue flash. That is where Jeff is at right now, and he is going to be heading toward this cell that's going to be coming through. I believe that was Westmoreland, Kansas. So we'll be checking in with him. Yeah, there's Westmoreland right there. Let's see if we can find Jeff. There's a lot of storm spotters out there today, guys. There are a bunch of them. So I don't see him right now. We will check back with Jeff here in just a little bit. So let's go back down to the Springfield radar. Let's take a look at this. And looked like we had a couple cells converge. We were talking about cell convergence. Let's put this in motion and see. We have a couple cells here, and you notice how one cell becomes the dominant cell, and it pretty much sucks all the energy out of the atmosphere into itself. And that's what we've got right now, right here just south of Carthage right now. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Carthage, Carytown, La Russell, Sarcoxy, Fidelity. So again, that is a severe thunderstorm warning, tornado possible tag, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And so definitely, if you're in that area, take your precautions. It is a tornado possible tag. Anybody that has ever followed me for very long, they know what I say during a tornado possible tag severe thunderstorm warning. I treat it like a tornado warning. I go to the lowest portion of the house, go to the center part of your home, go to the bathroom, and treat it like a tornado warning, because this could pop out a tornado at any time whenever you have that tornado possible tag. So we have a Warrensburg not in a tornado watch. At the next county below, should we still be prepared? Absolutely. You should still be prepared. And the reason why I say that is because strong storms sometimes and often do happen outside of the watch parameter. So definitely be weather aware. And remember, this is just round one, guys. This is round one. The cold front is still out here in central Kansas right now. So we are going to be expecting a line of thunderstorms along that cold front that'll be pushing in later tonight, that is going to have the possibility of having some severe thunderstorms along with that, including strong straight line winds and the possibility of quasi-linear quick spin-up tornadoes as well. So there are some good photos. This is another picture of what Josh was on earlier. And as you can see, there's the tail cloud. That's the inflow tail, is what I like to call it. That's where that warm, moist air is being pumped into that supercell. That's another great footage, another great picture of that same cell that Josh was on. It looked like it has kind of weakened just a little bit here over the last couple minutes. But overall, we have several thunderstorms that are beginning to pop off here in southeast Kansas. That's going to be moving up closer to the state line here over the next 45 minutes to an hour. And looks like Vernon County, Bates County, you guys are going to be kind of under the gun for some of these thunderstorms here probably in about an hour. Hey, Team Spoon. So appreciate everybody joining us here on this live stream. It's a little bit different than what we do when we have severe weather right in the heart of west central Missouri. We pretty much stick with those cells right in the heart of the 8 counties, kind of in between the National Weather Service offices. We're right in the middle. And sometimes we kind of get left out of some of the talk because we are smack dab in the middle of between 2 National Weather Service offices. What we are doing right now, we are on Midwest Meso Project 2025 Facebook or YouTube page. We are live, and we have storm chasers out in the field in northeast Kansas as well as southwest Missouri. And again, we are a research team, and we have probes that we are setting out in front of these thunderstorms, trying to catch some real-time data. We have drone footage of these thunderstorms that we like to send off to the professionals, to the National Weather Service, to maybe help aid them in maybe issuing warnings. And I know the National Weather Service out of Springfield, they have been watching the footage from Josh and the team. They have also been watching other cams around the area and watching to see if any of these storms exhibit that rotation. The wall cloud that we see maybe developing, it never fully developed. And so, it could be cycling right now. So, we need on the ground reports so that we can send that information off. So, we're a little bit spread out, but again, once we get thunderstorms moving into west central Missouri, I will go live on all of our social media platforms to make sure everybody is in the know of what's going on around us. So, we appreciate you guys tuning in. And let's take a look at Josh's feed right now. He's likely traveling right now. We can't load him up right now. Let's go to see if he is there he is. So he is moving up toward that cell, and of course we're losing a little bit of the light of day. So that makes it even tougher as a it makes it tough being a storm chaser when we start to lose the light of day. Makes it harder and harder to see the storm structure. We also have to rely on lightning strikes to see if we can see any lowering. So it's really tough at night to storm chase. But these guys are out there giving some fantastic information to the National Weather Service. Let's go to Matt Jones right now. See if we can go back on Matt's stream where he stopped and see if we can get a good picture of the tail end of that storm. And remember, this was not right now. This was about 20 minutes ago when Josh had that good view of that possibly developing wall cloud. And I believe Matt is on the back side of this storm right now. I was just kind of curious to see what he was seeing on the backside. Yeah, there's that inflow tail right there that we were seeing on Josh's feed. Let's go over here to Nader Boys. So we are here with Nader Boys right now. Let's see if we can listen in a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, again, we're losing a lot of the light of day right now. We're really depending on a lightning strike right now. We'll come back to them. See if I can find another. It is just awfully, just horrible velocity radar scans here. You can't hardly make anything out on this. This is Jeff Smith up in northeast Kansas. He's still tracking that special weather statement up near Westmoreland. And again, not very good reception up there where Jeff is chasing right now. There's Matt Jones. He is still stationary looking back at that cell. So let's take a look at the big picture here right now, guys. So we do have some cells that are close to Fort Scott. That's going to be crossing over the state line here in about probably 20 minutes or so. And of course, all of this area you see in yellow is under a tornado watch for the next around 6 hours. This is including Bates County, Henry County, Benton County, St. Clair County, and Vernon County in west central Missouri, and of course for several counties to the south and to the southwest of west central Missouri. We are seeing several storms out ahead of the main cold front, which is still out here in central Kansas right now. So we still have a few hours before we see that cold front move through. We have 3 of our storm chaser teams on this one cell down here near Carthage, Missouri, and we're keeping a close eye on this one. It has shown signs of rotation. We do have hail 2 miles east of Carthage at the city limits, so you know, we do have some pretty strong storms out there still. We're kind of watching, making sure our storm chasers stay safe as they go out and try to get some valuable information to the professionals, to the National Weather Service, and to you. Hey guys, there was a picture of just shy of a quarter size hail, and that's at 1837 hours, 2 miles east of Carthage, there at the city limits. All right, guys. So I tell you what, I think we're gonna do. We are. I think the storm chasers are. Hi, Matt. Hi, Tyson. Good to see you guys. So what I think I'm gonna do, I am gonna go ahead and I think the storm chasers are, for the most part, since we're losing the light of day, they're gonna go ahead and call it a wrap. Of course, it is dangerous to be out there storm chasing after dark. So I think they're going to regroup in Mount Vernon and kind of see what the game plan heading back up toward west central Missouri. And Matt and Josh, they're out of Springfield, Missouri, so they might all grab a bite to eat together. I'm going to end this live stream right now. Now, we do have storms that are going to be coming into west central Missouri. I will likely take a short break myself and likely go ahead and go live for west central Missouri. And again, for the next 6 hours, a lot of us are under a tornado watch. And of course, that Bates, Henry, Benton, St. Clair, Vernon counties in west central Missouri. That's really in response to these storms that we have coming up from the southwest near Fort Scott, Erie, Pittsburgh, Kansas, Parsons, Kansas, and then of course all the way down here into Oklahoma. And remember, these are cells out ahead of the main cold front. So we're going to have the main cold front push through later on tonight, and we do still have a potential to see some more severe weather along the leading edge of this cold front a little bit later. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and end the live stream right now, and we'll be updating our social media pages on Subby's Weather Talk and 95.3 KDKD FM, and on our Midwest Meso page. We are going to be updating you guys on what we're seeing right now, and then as soon as these storms, hopefully they don't intensify, but if they intensify, we're going to go back live on all of our social media platforms. So thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll be talking to you guys soon.